And another week of the 2015 NFL season is in the books. Week 9, that is. And we're coming off yet another week of loads of games of great NFL action. And it's time to go around the NFL and talk about my top 5 thoughts around the league with various games in the 2015 NFL season this week. Starting with number 5. With the Pittsburgh Steelers beating the Oakland Raiders in a close one. Oakland Raiders are hanging around that game, but nevertheless, the Pittsburgh Steelers get a very important win to move to 5-4, and against an Oakland Raiders team who perhaps could be in that wild card mix as we get later in the season towards playoff time, and the Steelers getting a win over Oakland, obviously very important in that regards. 38-35, and Big Ben Roethlisberger going down for another few weeks with what appeared to be a foot injury. So once again, gonna have to rely on backup quarterback effort, as Michael Vick is also hurt at the moment. So gotta go back to the third string, see if the Steelers can hang in there until Big Ben gets healthy once again. Number 4, the Atlanta Falcons lose their third straight game out of their last 4. And of all teams, this one's against the 49ers, led by Blaine Gabbert in this one. Falcons, who were off to a 5-0 start, who were neck and neck once upon a time with the Carolina Panthers, suddenly find themselves 6-3. Now, obviously, very likely to be a wild card team as long as they don't have a total collapse. But nevertheless, they're starting to look a little vulnerable out there. And with the game 17-13 at halftime, this offense for the Falcons that was once very explosive was unable to do anything except put up a field goal in the fourth quarter as far as the entire second half goes. So, Matt Ryan throws for over 300 yards, Julio Jones 10 receptions for 137, but ultimately Falcons losing 17-16. Bit of a surprise there. Number 3, the red-hot Minnesota Vikings win what I believe is now their 4th straight game, as they have officially, record-wise, tied the Green Bay Packers at 6-2 after the Minnesota Vikings win their game in an overtime fashion against the St. Louis Rams. Vikings are 4-0 at home, by the way. Obviously having a strong season at home. Teddy Bridgewater got hit with a concussion, but we'll see if he'll be making his return soon enough. As the Vikings, once again, they moved to 6-2. And early in the season, while the Packers were comfortably sitting atop by a few games, suddenly the Vikings are right there with the Green Bay Packers at 6-2. Now, number 2, the Indianapolis Colts get a much-needed win by defeating the undefeated Denver Broncos, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, a huge win for the Indianapolis Colts to move to 4-5, 27-24. They hold off the Broncos as the Broncos suffer their first loss. However, in this game, the Indianapolis Colts also suffered a loss in that Andrew Luck, once again, is out for another, 2 to 6 weeks perhaps. He's got a lacerated kidney and an apparent abdominal injury. So, as big of a win as this was for the Indianapolis Colts, it was a huge loss for Andrew Luck, being out a few weeks at least once again. Perhaps even 6 weeks which could, who knows? The Colts only being 4-5 in the state of that division, that's not too good of a thing for the Indianapolis Colts right now. And surely they're going to be hoping for Andrew Luck to be able to return as soon as possible, without question. So a huge loss there for the Indianapolis Colts, despite a great win over the undefeated Denver Broncos. Now, number one, I kind of already spoiled it, but nevertheless, the Carolina Panthers, ladies and gentlemen, are 8-0 after beating the Green Bay Packers down in Carolina. They have a 2-game lead over basically, at least a 2-game lead basically over everybody in the conference right now. And if you think about it, they just beat the Green Bay Packers, who are now 6-2. So, in essence, it's like they have more than a 2-game lead over the Green Bay Packers. It's like they have a 3-game lead over them. And of course, Green Bay, maybe who is favorited to win at least have home field advantage in the entire NFC. Who knows? Carolina is the clear favorite now with the way they've been playing. Cam Newton is quite a game here. And although Aaron Rodgers and the Indianapolis Colts, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers make a great attempt at a comeback, they come up short ultimately. And again, just a great game by Cam Newton and the rest of the Carolina Panthers. 37-29 the final in that. Aaron Rodgers throwing the game-ending interception late in the game, and on the sidelines was shown kind of slamming his iPad down and just dropping an F-bomb and whatever else. So
5 letters
maybe
here.
this is what he's got to be saying to himself now.
R-E-L-A-X. Relax. We're gonna be okay.
So there you go. Panthers just flying high at this point, and have basically won their last 12 regular season games, dating back to last season, of course. So, I mean, talk about a contender in the NFC. And most definitely, the Panthers right now, they are clearly ahead of the game as far as perhaps getting home field advantage. And are definitely the favorites in the NFC to attain that honor late in the season. So there you have it. Packers fall to 6-2. It's one thing with the I would have thought maybe the Packers were going to go on the road, bounce back from their loss to Denver last week, and get the win in Carolina, but ultimately that did not happen, and Carolina is for real, ladies and gentlemen. So, now that we've gone around the NFL, top 5 thoughts as always, it's time to do a little something we've been doing recently on the Tyler Werner Show. The Week 9 edition of This Week in NFL Memes. A nice new addition to the Tyler Werner Show in the 2015 NFL season. And we'll start off with this. A meme of Aaron Hernandez in court. And Jerry Jones photoshopped in there. And apparently, I guess, Aaron Hernandez saying, "So, Jerry, how serious were you about that whole second chance thing?" Of course, Jerry Jones, the whole second chance thing of Greg Hardy. We're going to give him a second chance. It was, I guess, the rationale for signing him, other than the fact that, he's a great pass rusher and all and whatnot. And, I mean, we talked about this on the post-game breakdown for the Philadelphia Eagles, but quite frankly, this whole second chance thing with Greg Hardy, and I mean, I said it on the show yesterday, and I'll say it again. Right now, he should not be playing football. If you ask me, and his phony Twitter things, and again, Jerry Jones and Greg Hardy, they declined to really even speak up about this whole thing or speak out when they were asked to, I guess, discuss this issue. Now that the photos of the battered girlfriend came out on Friday, so I mean, obviously this is supposed to be these memes are like a comedy segment, but again, I mean, Jerry Jones and Greg Hardy, I mean, were rightfully so the call out of the week this week at the Tyler Werner Show. And this whole second chance thing, I mean, again, just a bunch of crap. Maybe a second chance down the road, but not right now. He should not be out playing football right now. This is just my opinion. And the phony Twitter, like, I regret for my actions and whatnot and this and that. It's like, no, you don't. You only say that now that the photos came out, and you decline to speak about it, and you're out there still getting stupid penalties like you did against the Eagles, with that one, there's that unnecessary push after the whistle and whatnot, and no, I don't buy that for a second. If you really were sincerely in regret out of what you done, you'd probably not be out playing football right now. But that's that. And speaking of that, the way the Eagles game ended and whatnot and went to overtime, there's a meme of referee Ed Hockley, who was the head official in that overtime win for the Philadelphia Eagles against the Dallas Cowboys, with Ed Hockley kind of smiling and saying, "I spotted the Cowboys like 5 terrible calls, and they still couldn't win." Yeah, some penalties at the end of that Dallas Cowboys drive that put them in the field goal range late in the game and sent it to overtime. I don't know, a couple unsportsmanlike conduct calls, and I mean, it was just I kind of agreed, but at the end of the day, they still couldn't win. And now here's a supposed Titanic with photoshopped stars on a supposed picture of the Titanic, and it says, like, cheering for the Cowboys is like watching the movie Titanic every Sunday and rooting for the ship. So Cowboys now at 2-6. Of course, without Tony Romo, they just can't. They haven't been able to win a game since, of course, Jordan Hicks of the Philadelphia Eagles knocked Tony Romo out for all this time that he's missing. Here's a good one. Aqib Talib apparently, well, not apparent, but it was pretty convincing that he poked an Indianapolis Colts player in the eye this past week. For those who maybe saw the game or the replay or something on Sports Center or some show on ESPN or whatever, there's a picture of him in a supposed Facebook profile. For those who are on Facebook and ever got a Facebook poke, it's like a notification that says Aqib Talib poked you. I don't get the whole poking thing on Facebook. I never got. Like, there's a couple pokes that from like a long time ago, I guess, that I have still, and it's like, what's the idea of it? Like, unless it's like a flirting thing, but I don't know. It's just like some guy that I graduated high school with. It's like, it's like, what's the point? I don't really think there is one. And so the Carolina Panthers, they're 8-0. And of course the Dallas Cowboys are 2-6. Essentially, there's a meme here that reads, Greg Hardy's old team 8-0, Greg Hardy's new team 2-6, and at the bottom, karma's a bitch. So, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, again, it's like one of those ironic things, Panthers, they get rid of Greg Hardy. Look, they're soaring high. And the Cowboys, it's like they needed him out there, or they do need him out there, and they're 2-6. So I guess good for them. All right, here's like an NFL meet, like a tweet by NFL memes, at NFL memes. Unnecessary roughness on Greg Hardy. Oh, the irony. And yeah, once again, I pointed that one play out in this and in yesterday's video. Oh, the irony is right. And it just, again, it's like it's his character as well. Where, like, a man's got to know his limitations.
A man's got to know his limitations.
As Inspector Callahan once said in Magnum Force. But, I guess apparently, again, don't spare me the phony tweets of you regretting your actions. Give me a break, seriously. Now here's one of a shot of In the Waterboy with Adam Sandler. For those who have seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. When they're teaching Adam Sandler, Bobby Boucher, to tackle and get his opponent down or whatever. And at one point, he pokes a guy in the eye. His kind of like his best friend on the team. And the meme, it's essentially a picture of that scene in the movie, that act of the poking of Adam Sandler poking this guy in the eye. And the meme reads, Aqib Talib be like this. So there you go. Another Aqib Talib joking there on the whole eye poking thing. Can't believe it,
Oh my God, that is funny!
And of course, that's from Billy Madison, that soundbite. But still, it can apply here. Let's move forward here. Picture of Roger Goodell. Again, just not doing too well these days as commissioner of the NFL. Obviously, we don't need to, open up that can of worms as usual. But basically, him in a press conference, and the meme reads, "Oh, you can hit women, but keep your hands off the quarterback." Let's see, moving forward. Let's see. Oh, here's one. There's, I guess supposedly Jason Pierre-Paul made his return to the football field in regular season football with the New York Giants this week. And there's a picture of him, only his hands, ladies and gentlemen. And he, of course, with the whole firecracker incident, obviously that happened in the off season. It's a picture of his left hand with his I guess his traditional glove, and the right hand he got like taped up. It's like a mitt. Remember when, it's like a couple years ago when Clay Matthews played against the Eagles, and it looked like he had like a homemade tape boxing glove that he was wearing. And essentially that's kind of what, although this looks like more like an oven mitten. And so the meme reads, Jason Pierre-Paul out here ready to take something hot out of the oven. Yeah, all you can see is his hands. And yeah, again, it's like he's got an oven mitt tape job on his right hand after the whole firecracker incident. Let's see. Let's move forward here. Let's see here. Oh, well, here's a good one. Of course, Colin Kaepernick has been benched in recent weeks for the 49ers. The guy needs a change of scenery. Like I've said. They don't want him there. They got Blaine Gabbert out there this week. They won a game. And that's, I guess good for the 49ers. I mean, they're not going to do anything. Like, if there's a team that has maybe a reason to want to tank and not win game, I mean, I guess it would be the 49ers. But at the end of the day, I guess, you don't do that in the NFL for the most part. But there's a meme here, fathead.com, and a t-shirt, Photoshop t-shirt. Get all your game day accessories, 49ers fans. And there's a fathead of Colin Kaepernick sitting on a bench, not looking too happy, with his helmet by his left foot. But what's even better, on the right, they have a red t-shirt with kind of like I guess like a drawing, sort of like a clip art file, if that makes any sense, of Colin Kaepernick, kind of doing his signature kissing of the bicep while sitting on a bench. So yeah, there you go. However, there was oh, you know what? I just had it up too. Or there's a comment section. Well, there's like for any of these memes, there's a comment section, and one of the top comments, which for what I don't see anymore, I think I accidentally skipped ahead and then had to go back, but back to this meme. In the comments section, there was a stat comparison of, like, I brought this up before, where it compares Cam Newton on the right, 8-0, flying high, and then Colin Kaepernick kind of looking sad, but it has like their key stats. Touchdown, quarterback rating, this, that, and whatever. And how Colin Kaepernick actually only has slightly better statistics than Cam Newton, who's 8-0. And again, I mean, Cam Newton is still having a great season in some regards, in what he's able to do, with his legs, and able to open up the playbook a little bit, just like Colin Kaepernick can, and would, someone like him, or the whole Marcus Mariota pipe dream and would be able to open up the Eagles playbook more. It's just one of those things. So that's that. I accidentally X'd out of the whole meme thing I was going through here, but get back on track. See if there's any more. I mean, there's some good. It was another pretty eventful week in the NFL. As always, a lot of good games, and with storylines like obviously Greg Hardy and Jason Pierre-Paul returning this week, and some of the upset games that have happened. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty good week in NFL memes too as we go around here. Oh yeah, and here's the meme I was just talking about. Cap versus Cam. Now, all right. On the right it has Cam Newton, again, like pointing, MVP candidate, and then Colin Kaepernick benched. Since, they're kind of like similar quarterbacks, many would say. Touchdowns to interceptions. Cam has 11 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Cap 6 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Pass yards. Kaepernick has 1,615. Cam Newton 1,523. Rush yards. Cap has 256. Cam has 286. Completion percentage for Kaepernick 59.3. Newton only 54.2. And QB rating, Kaepernick 78.8. And for Cam 78.1. It's just amazing. And there's also a fun fact in the comments section. If every pass Cam Newton's wide receivers dropped was ruled as a catch instead, Cam's completion percentage would still be 6th worst in the league. That's, again, it's just like an anomaly. But, still, again, the quarterback, Cam Newton's able to compensate for some of the other things he does and is capable of doing. And, stretching the moving the pocket. So, yeah, that's pretty much that for NFL this week in NFL memes, Week 9 edition. So, yeah, I mean, again, another week in the books of NFL action. We're quickly approaching Thanksgiving in a couple of weeks. And, yeah, I mean, Eagles 4-4. Officially, half of the regular season games have been played for at least everybody. If not, some teams have played 9 games already, having not had their bye weeks yet. So, mid-season, ladies and gentlemen. Mid-season. And certainly the playoff races are definitely soon going to start coming into full form as we move, into mid-November here with Week 10 in the 2015 NFL season. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, for this edition of the Tyler Werner Show, the Around the NFL edition. Stay tuned for the next video right here on the YouTube channels. We'll bring things back to Eagles discussion within the next few days, I'm sure, as the Eagles have some winnable games certainly on the horizon the next few weeks, and they got some obviously a critical injury report right now, as it appears that Jordan Hicks, who's been playing pretty lights out as a third round draft pick rookie this year, unfortunately may be out for the season. And we wait the return of Kiko Alonso and Jason Peters, amongst other guys. So we'll look towards that in the next edition of the Tyler Werner Show, as this Eagles team, hopefully they can get as healthy as possible as we move through the month of November here. And we'll see the Flyers, of course, get a win the other day, a much-needed win against the Winnipeg Jets. Can they maybe turn some things around? And I don't know, for those who, I don't know, in the Philadelphia area or whatever, the Delaware Valley, for the Philadelphia 76ers, it's not really, it's the third year of the Tankathon, which is essentially why Papa John's only requires that the Sixers score 90 points in a game to give out their half-price pizza discount the next day. So, I guess, if anything, that's really the only payoff really of the Sixers this season, because they're not going to win many games. We'll put it that way. So again, that's what we got. That's what we got. If it's not the Eagles, if the Eagles struggle, then it's like all up to the Flyers. And they again, the Flyers just finally let's see what they do against Colorado tonight. As this video is being recorded before the puck drops at 7 tonight, but hopefully the Flyers can maybe get some things going. That's the bottom line. So thanks for tuning in. Check out the Facebook page at facebook.com/Tyler Werner Show. Sounds easy enough. And of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Stay tuned for what's to come right here on the Tyler Werner Show.
I'll have some skirt steak, some brisket, little piece of that New York steak, a couple of them steak fingers, and a burger.
You've known for a long time that you were going to have to get real about fat or stay real fat. It didn't get that way by accident or by some outsider's doing.
Put some macaroni and cheese on there, too. Is there any chicken fried steak left?
Your weight just keeps creeping up or maybe even shooting sky high.
3 slices of pecan pie and 2 cups of coffee.
You have a decision to make. You know it, and so do I.
Yes, all right.
You need prescription diet pills or other diet aids to lose weight.
Attention parents. Is your under 18-year-old daughter being cyber-stalked by a man who identifies themselves as a grown adult male?
I want to meet you and fool around. Are you up to meeting tonight, hon? I think I would like to shower with you. We can do it in the shower, too.
If so, you need to contact Chris Hansen and Company to bust these online cyber-stalkers.
How are you tonight? Why don't you have a seat there and get comfortable for that?
I guess you're going to tell me next that this is the very first time you've done something like this.
Chris Hansen and the Dateline crew will take care of it. Contact us, and we will put an end to the cyber stalking that your daughter is experiencing.
Well, there's something you got to know. I am Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on computer predators.
Busted!
The champion of game day catering is the official meatball of the Tyler Werner Show, Brady and Belichick's slow-cooked Italian meatballs.
We prepare our balls over time, and that's the essence of the preparation.
On top of that, another trademark of Brady and Belichick's slow-cooked Italian meatballs is Brady's signature rubbing process.
When I pick balls out, to me, they're perfect. I don't want anyone touching the balls after that. I don't want anyone rubbing them. To me, those balls are perfect. What is a concern is the texture of the balls, and again, that's the point that Tom hit on hard.
The champion of all game day catering dishes is Brady and Belichick's slow-cooked Italian meatballs, the official meatball of the Tyler Werner Show.